Hello. I wanted to share with you something I read the other day. Garth Stein said, "A true hero is flawed. The test of a champion is not whether he would triumph, but whether he will overcome obstacles to triumph." And he goes on to say, "A hero without a flaw is of no interest to an audience or to the world at large." I thought, oh, that is something to think about because face it, most of us don't want the world to know about our flaws. We try to keep all of those things hidden and we're insecure about them. But our flaws are the things that make us who we are, makes our stories interesting and full and other things that people can relate to. I remember when I first started watching football, I had heard that the Dallas Cowboys were America's team. So I wanted to check it out. And I watched them play, and sure enough, they won. They won and they won and they won. But as I checked out the games, it was almost robotic. They went through all the same motions. They were very consistent, but there wasn't a whole lot of excitement to America's football team. But then we came to Denver and we started watching the Denver Broncos. Well, we have a saying around our house that watching the Denver Broncos is like Heart Attack City, because you never know what is going to happen. Will it be a good day? Will it be a bad one? Will they catch that winning touchdown? Will they fumble? You never know sometimes until the last few minutes, the last seconds. But I have to tell you, the Denver Broncos are exciting to watch. They are interesting with their flaws and all. And that's how we are. And ultimately, we take advantage of our flaws. I recently wrote a blog that was called, "We Have Met the Enemy and He Is Us." That famous quote by Pogo reflects the fact that we believe those messages, those lies that we've heard that makes us say things like, well, I'm not pretty enough, smart enough, talented enough, I don't have the right connections, I am not good enough. But those are lies. Let me tell you, they go way back. The history goes back to biblical times. Remember Moses? He said, "Hey, God, I'm slow of speech. I can't speak to Pharaoh." But God didn't let him get by with that because Moses had a job to do, and you do too. Regardless of what your flaw is, he will use that, and you will benefit and others will benefit because you've told your story. Let me give you an example of that. In that blog, I went on to give the example of Lisa, a young lady in one of our counseling training classes. And she had said, "Oh, I am so shy. Don't ask me to speak. I can't speak. I have stage fright. No, no, no." And she just sat back in the corner. But she was consistent. She was dependable. She would come every class and absorb all of those messages. And then one day, it happened. She raised her hand. She made a comment. Said, "Yes, this is fantastic." Lisa had faced her flaws and did it anyway. Here are some of the principles that she learned that I want to share with you. First of all, you have to stop comparing yourself to others. Secondly, you want to make sure that what you are feeding into yourself is the positive belief about yourself. Don't say your limitations, say your possibilities, because let me tell you what begins to happen. After I posted that blog, someone else read that story about Lisa, and they wrote in and said, "Oh my God, that story could have been about me. That was me sitting back and afraid to speak up. But I decided to step out of my comfort zone, and I said, 'Devil, no more. Are you going to tell me those lies?' I'm going to stop comparing myself to others, and I am going to be the very best that I can." I am so celebrating her. Now that's a true hero. That's someone who says, "Here's my flaw, but it's not going to stop me," because she has a mission.